Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Discover a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone. So we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural Then and Now.
With something like 5 million podcasts, finding a really good one can take a ton of time. So let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in each episode we discuss topics that can be really helpful, like how to read people better, the psychology of crowds, or fun things like the story of Legos, or why you probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for horses. Something You Should Know is the name of it, wherever you get your podcasts.
Happy Friday. It's Fisting Friday.
Ooh, yeah, baby. Slide it in there.
I don't like the word slide. Not in this context.
We're sliding into your Friday.
We are. We're sliding Friday. We're sauntering into your Friday. We're creeping into your Friday.
Moseying.
Lurking on into your Friday. Sashaying into your Friday. And we're going to read the results from last week's episode of But Am I Wrong? Which was episode 102. So it's not like 101. It's not just the basics. Like, you're advancing up a level. First up, me. Megan says there should be no funny business in the bathroom. 15% said I was wrong. 85% said I was not wrong. And some of you wrote in. Someone said, you're already at your most vulnerable. It's just too much. Yes, it's exactly how I felt. I fully agree. Someone else said, shower sex is so precarious. And that's a perfect way to describe it. Like, it
but
just
if you like
is.
it long and deep, it can be fun.
No, I know, but like, it's a level of planning.
Yeah.
That you have to do, and like safety.
Yeah, and on TV shows and movies, they try to make it seem like it's like this sexy thing when you're sneaking into the shower. First of all, if you're both getting in the shower, you're probably funky anyway, so you got to do some cleaning. And then you do the deed, and then you got to clean again. Mm-hmm.
And also, depending on like the texture and the floor of that shower, it might be safe for one or both of you to be wearing shower shoes.
Yep.
Like, you need some traction there. And then you're like, oops, forgot my flippy flops. Let me go grab them. Like, it's not a heat of the moment thing. Then someone else said, no scaring people, sure, but and closed door equals no entry unless, but wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Funny business, absolutely.
And then that's when you do have entry.
So you do have what?
Entry.
Yeah, exactly. You can say, come on in. The water's great.
But also come on in through that type of entry.
The water, my pussy, is great.
Mm-hmm. It's nice and warm.
Exactly. Then we have, someone else said, I literally thought about the situation you had this morning and continued to grieve with you. I remembered one summer when I was volunteering at a camp, minding my black business, taking a shower, and two of my friends yanked the shower curtain, exposing my naked body, and I literally almost died. And then they made fun of me for how much soap was on my body. Please, the bathroom should always be a safe zone.
They made fun of you for being clean?
I can tell you what those people look like.
Uh-huh.
It was Jason Kelsey. Oh my God. I really I know it was like cool. And like, we were like, not cool. I know at one point we were like, keep telling us about how you don't shower so I know who to stay away from. but it is making me lose faith in people. Like, it's making me so sicked out.
Do you not remember? It was
yours. That's what I was saying.
Earlier days, yes. But am I wrong? I brought that up, and you're like, "No, keep telling us."
I know, and I'm taking it back.
And now, yep.
I'm
See, it
fully
comes
taking
back
it back
around. I was not wrong.
But the issue is that, like, I naively was like, yeah, I should know in the room of 50 people who's the two who stink. And now I'm finding out, turns out I'm the only clean, like, we're the only clean ones there. And like, that to me is like, I already get like anxious going like no, that like, it sticks me out so much. I watched this TikTok of this person like being like, this is like, how do you like live without a dishwasher? And they like were showing themselves clean their dishes. Melissa, not a sud in sight. Cold water. Just they rinsed it. And they were just like, look, this is what like, and the dish is all clean. And someone else ditched it. And they're like, this is why I don't eat at other people's houses. And they were like showing like how soapy the sponge needs to be. The entire plate needs to be covered in soap. It needs to be scrubbed. And then I need hot water.
In my most...
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going... If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Mental state of when I have very debilitating cleaning contamination issues. I wash with both in the sink and then put them in the dishwasher and then turn it up so it all the heat gets on it.
Yep.
Like, and it has to be clean before the heat gets on it or it'll just cake on. So like, what are people doing?
It was less rinsing that I would have done to put it in the dishwasher. And like,
Disgusting.
that to me was horrifying. And as someone who hates wet mess, I'm like, she's not even looking at it. I go, first of all, you can't tell if there's particles on there. If you're not feeling, like, I don't even like really doing dishes with gloves on because I need to feel.
I need to feel.
I have to fucking feel the surface.
Yep.
And they're like, she's like, it's done. I was like,
no, it's not.
This
Start
is actually
over.
horrible. I'm going to get
you
salmonella.
just rinsed. This is the pre-rinse.
And then I think about what the glasses must look like in that cabinet.
And the forks and spoons.
The little prongs in between. Oh, a serrated knife. Oh my God, spatulas. I bet she doesn't even take the spatula head off the base of the spatula.
No.
Diseases, viruses, foodborne pathogen. Like, that's a beaker. That's not a kitchen.
Like, lets her dog lick the plate and be like, it's clean.
And here's the thing. I understand poor mental health. You could be on Melissa's side where it's like, oh, you're doing too much. Or you're like, I can't do anything at all. And to that, I recommend, dare I say, a paper plate. Ooh, come for me. Come for me, okay? Grab a paper plate. Or use your hand as a plate. Wash your hand, vacuum. Use a paper towel.
Yes, you do that at my home. I'm like, do you want a plate? And you say, no, this is what I do at home.
Yep, I do it all the time. Well, now that I have beta blockers, I can do it less. But before, I was like, I can't stand to do dishes right now. So I'm just going to throw this out.
Right now, I'm at the point where I hand wash everything, but I dry it in the dishwasher.
Oh, I like that. Because you can never, even on a drying rack upright, it never dries right or fully. And I can't put them in the cabinet wet because mildew, mold, disgusting.
Disgusting. I mean, it just accumulates more
and then
germs
it's dirty
that way
again.
because it's not just dirty. Now it's like actually contaminated.
Yep.
All right.
I'm never going to judge you on the dishes cleaning. That's never one that I'm going to say this is concerning.
Thank you. Then we've got Melissa thinks men should not be grocery shopping. 12% said I was wrong. 88% said I was not wrong. Someone said, I'm so glad you talked about this. I've seen so many others talk about it and it's infuriating. Someone else said, been saying this for years. Someone else said, once while shopping with my boyfriend, he swapped out kielbasa for chicken sausage. He was carrying the basket. Like, dude, I didn't put that in there because it was the first thing I found. I'm making kielbasa kale stew, not really replaceable with chicken sausage. That doesn't even make sense.
No, and I wonder if we make the same kielbasa and kale stew, because I can say from experience, chicken sausage has absolutely no fucking place in there.
No.
There's no fat to render anything in.
Yep.
See, I think this is why men have gotten out of cooking as well. Because they can't grocery shop, and therefore if you can't grocery shop correctly, you can't cook.
Yeah.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
But then it's like the most famous chefs in the world are men.
Well, of course.
Because that's where the money is.
That's the patriarchy.
Uh-huh. Someone else said, as a man, I agree.
I loved that one.
Another person said, I have never had a grocery shopper, but you describe my dad when he goes to the supermarket and asks if we want something too painfully real. Agree. But my dad actually does most of the grocery shopping. He enjoys going to the grocery store. Goes probably at least 3 times a week.
Does he go to Costco?
Sam's Club.
Yeah, that's hard. That's what I meant. Sam's Club.
Arkansas. Yes.
Yeah, he goes to Sam's Club because he gives Sam's Club dad energy. And I have to say, I'm obsessed with grocery store dads. Like the dads were like, no, this is my domain, actually. Yep. Like they set it up, whether they get a coffee beforehand, like they know what they're doing. And I
my dad is also the better cook of my parents too.
Yep. And Mods has taken on grocery shopping as his Mods has taken on grocery shopping as his chore. In turn, he's also gotten better at cooking.
Yep.
And because he's like paying more attention to the produce he's grabbing, because he's like, oh, I'm going to be one cooking this later. I need to make sure like this is, now I know what to look for, know what to feel for.
Someone else said, I only say this is wrong because it frustrates me so much when men use weaponized incompetence. I want your point. I just get mad that men do this, especially when it's their job.
Me too.
Yeah.
But I also just think you shouldn't, the fact that men would never weaponize incompetence if they didn't view it as above that, like below them.
There also are options. Like you don't have to do this for your job. There are other options.
Like I'm not operating on I'm not doing open heart surgery because first of all, I've never done it and therefore I'm not good at it. But like these men don't grocery shop for their personal lives. And it goes, I could actually do it for a job though. It's giving I could beat Serena Williams at the US Open. Just give me a week of training. No, I could land the plane.
Another person said, not wrong at all. There was twice when I made an order at Aldi's and I ordered baby potatoes, and each time they came back with literal spores covering them. We'll send pictures. And then I finally just went to the store myself to try to rectify it. And when I went to grab the new potatoes, right next to them was the same thing, just a variety, not just yellow potatoes, for the same price that weren't spoiled. And I was fuming. For that, I blame the grocery store as well.
Yeah, I always question when they leave things out that are so visibly not well and things that like catch other things and make other things spoil.
Someone else said, I don't usually vote before I listen to an episode, but I know Melissa's not wrong on this. Another person said, I voted Melissa is wrong only because it feels a lot better to have a man do my chores than having a woman doing my chores. However, I do understand the frustration when most of them are incapable of doing it correctly. My problem is, though, this isn't a chore. A chore is something that you're doing for yourself. This is their job.
Mhm.
They're getting paid to do this correctly.
And the issue is like there are some things that I'd rather a man do, and I'm like, whatever, I don't care, it'll be fine. But this is just something you have to redo essentially.
Yeah,
And then
I'm
it's not
sitting
crossed
there,
off my list.
Yeah, it's not crossed off my list. I'm sitting there doing it with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I agree with that.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all, I'm JJ.
Hey, guys, it's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests who share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
Hey everyone, join me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa DeMonts, for Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong?
Each week, we deliver 4 fun-filled shows.
In Don't Blame Me, we tackle our listeners' dilemmas with hilariously honest advice.
Then we have But Am I Wrong, which is for the listeners that didn't take our advice. Plus, we share our hot takes on current events.
Then tune in to see you next Tuesday for our listener poll results from But Am I Wrong?
And finally, wrap up your week with Fisting Friday, where we catch up and talk all things pop culture.
Listen to Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Then we have writer number 1 versus friend who was monopolizing their time. 7% said the writer is wrong. 93% said the writer is not wrong. And someone said, not exactly the same, but in high school, I had a friend that didn't like the group of girls for us to all hang out together. She will always like to hang out one-on-one. And even though at the beginning it makes you feel special, she was talking shit about every one of us to the others and then got jealous we were hanging out with each other or show love for one another. If she wasn't in the center, she wasn't happy. And she tried to make us all not like each other. We made an intervention with her. She stopped being our friend, but some of the other girls are still some of my closest friends to this day, 10 plus years.
Cool. I like that you confronted her.
Yeah. There's always that sometimes having like a very bad friend can bring you and your other friends much closer together.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then writer number 2 versus Pickles. Who's wrong? 74% said the writer is wrong. 26% said the writer is not wrong. Well, first let me start with.
She says begrudgingly.
The person that wrote in about this said, I said what I said. And then a little flip hand girly emoji. And then the person that they were referring to in this also said, as the fellow Patreon member that mentioned they are not wrong, I personally loved pickles, but I hate how soggy they make things and don't believe they belong anywhere bread resides. I'll always take my pickles on the side. That is an issue that they're not drying the pickles off. That's a different issue.
Yeah, and for some people, for some reason, think that you cannot have a crispy, crunchy, and juicy pickle without it being wet. No. Mm-hmm. The inside of the pickle is wet. The outside can be dry.
Yes.
I don't need the outside to be soggy.
I made a smash burger last night. But yeah, you can dry last night before I made my burger, I took the pickles out and then patted them dry and then put them on the sandwich. I also do it. I'm going to start posting me cooking because I feel like that I should be bringing awareness to the deliciousness of basic foods. And yeah. And the way that I first crisp the bun and then steam it and then put the pickles on while it's like getting a little bit crispy,
Mhm.
it makes it perfect.
Oh, so good.
Someone else said dill pickles are so great. I love them, in all caps. Correct. All pickles are great, to be honest.
Yep.
Another person said, well, I agree with the writer that I personally don't like pickles on a chicken sandwich, mainly because they get warm and I like my pickles as cold and crunchy as possible. I still voted they are wrong. Pickles complement most sandwiches in a way that is so good. It honestly needs to be studied. My favorite, a Cuban, and then the mouth drooling emoji.
Oh, damn. That just made my mouth. As soon as
I
you said
know.
it, I was like, a Cuban with a
haven't
nice
had it.
crunchy pickle on the side, like
I
a
haven't
pickle
had it.
spear.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to add that to my list of things to eat
Yeah.
this weekend. I'm going to get the char, the long one.
Mm-hmm.
Another person said, I don't think I listened to this whole episode, saying you didn't need to write in.
I'm
Thank
obsessed
you.
when people say things like that. Or being like, someone else just wanted to like another one, being like, I don't remember. And I was like, thanks for sharing.
Okay.
Like, I love that. Like, verbal processing. Cool. I do it too. My wrong of the week, North Carolina. 98% of North Carolina is wrong. 2% said they are not wrong. And someone said terrifying. And I think the only other one I screenshotted was someone says, I don't remember. But here's the thing. It's a valid one because usually if we put Florida there, people would go, I don't remember what this is, but I know they're wrong. North Carolina, They're like, I'm not entirely sure. I don't want to misspeak. I don't want to speak out of turn about North Carolina.
Make Petey Pablo. Remember
Is
that
that
song?
where
North Carolina, come on and raise up, take your shirt off, twist around your hips, spin like a helicopter. Who am I? Petey Pop, motherfucker.
I'm sure Mott's would be singing along right with you. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, Mott's would get me.
Yep. Mine is we always watch like music videos and I will show him like super fucking, I think they're worldwide hits. And he's like, Megan, this is the most niche Bay Area like rap song I've heard in my life. I go, you don't even know the whole dance that goes along with it. He's like, no. And then he'll show me ones and I would go, this must be Southern rap. This must be East Coast. I'm like, I'm unfamiliar with this genre. This is totally different.
All right. The next we have the two absolutely disgusting people.
Yeah, I want to say that the only reason I used a photo of them like looking happy and smiling is because the mugshots of them would not separate from the background.
Mm-hmm.
So and this one, they're right next to each other. So it's easier, more high contrast. I don't like to do that, like to give people the glowing look. So that's why I made sure to include that they're perverts.
He still looks disgusting.
No, she's got pervy. They both have pervert eyes.
Yeah. They also kind of look,
I know,
similar.
Yep.
99% said the pervs are wrong. 1% said the pervs are not wrong. No one wrote in, so.
Dog fucker. No, they must. I'm gonna assume it was an accident. I also think that like if you had sex with dogs or you were condoning it, I do think that you would keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't think you'd be like.
It got caught because his perviness was attacking children.
Mm-hmm.
And so then they looked in his phone and then saw that. Imagine she's your nurse and you wake up to this.
The spectrum of nurses, of how you can go from like the kindest, sweetest people ever to that is, but it's in like any life-saving or like caring kind of job. It's just like, damn, what a fucking choice.
Mm-hmm.
You trained to do, this is what you do on your free time? Okay. Why not be a travel nurse? Get some money. And don't have sex with animals. Yeah. Yuck. An absolute yuck. Well, that is it for the episode. We hope you enjoyed. And don't forget to vote in the yesterday's episode. Vote for who you think was wrong in all of those segments. And then stay tuned for next Fisting Friday to hear those results. But obviously before then, you'll have another episode of Don't Blame Me. See you next Tuesday. But am I wrong? Ooh, that was really hard.
I usually do it.
That's why.
You
I was like,
knocked it
let's
out.
see if I could do it. Nope.
Mhm. You got it.
I'm never going to
You
try
got
that again.
there, though.
That's going to be your thing always
Okay.
now. I'm not going to try and
All
take that off
right.
your plate. Whew. Okay. Stressful. Well, we'll fist you later.
Bye.
Welcome to the small town of Chinook, where faith runs deep and secrets run deeper. In this new thriller, religion and crime collide when a gruesome murder rocks the isolated Montana community. Everyone is quick to point their fingers at a drug-addicted teenager, but local deputy Ruth Vogel isn't convinced. She suspects connections to a powerful religious group. Enter federal agent V.B. Lauro, who has been investigating a local church for possible criminal activity. The pair form an unlikely partnership to catch the killer, unearthing secrets that leave Ruth torn between her duty to the law, her religious convictions, and her very own family. But something more sinister than murder is afoot, and someone is watching Ruth. Chinook, starring Kelly Marie Tran and Sanaa Lathan. Listen to Chinook wherever you get your podcasts.
Contained herein are the heresies of Radolf Buntwine, erstwhile monk turned traveling medical investigator. Join me as I study the secrets of the divine plagues and uncover the blasphemous truth that ours is not a loving God, and we are not its favored children. The heresies of Radolf Buntwine, wherever podcasts are available.
Merry Christmas, everybody. My name is Eric Peterson. I'm here with my good buddy,
Danny Jordan.
and we are the co-hosts of the Christmas. Let me try that again. Merry Christmas, everybody. My name is Eric Peterson. I'm here with my good buddy,
Danny Jordan.
and we are the hosts of Christmas Countdown Show.
We're so thrilled to be bringing the merriment to you all this holiday season.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be massively merry,
Oh, yeah.
gigantically jolly, fantastically festive,
was
as
good.
some people might say, Eric. We are all about alliterations, and we are all about Christmas spirit. On Christmas Countdown, we love to count down our top 10 favorite things related to the holiday season. That could be food, movies, music, everything that we all love about this massively merry good time. So wherever you get your podcasts, make sure you click that subscribe button. Eric, are you ready?
I am ready, and we hope that you are too. Merry Christmas, everybody. Let's go. It should be like, let's go, ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah.